Okay, good.
Time will tell.
So Anna says we're good. See, we're live.
Oh, is Anna watching?
Anna's of course watching because she's the best.
Hi, Anna. For all of the work you're doing.
I know, she's the greatest.
awesome.
So, okay, so now I got now that we've gotten through all the technical stuff, I probably should let the questions that Anna so graciously. Okay, so we got to find Cheyenne and then the Q&A. Okay, cool. Just so I have questions to ask. Not that I don't have questions to ask.
Yeah, but it's good to have like a
kind of an idea.
Yeah, back up, you know.
Well, my problem is, I don't know if you watched the last masterclass, but we got off track so bad. It was so bad. Dating tonight?
Was it
oh my God.
Well, when you know the person,
we can chat for hours.
This is what I was thinking because I was like, I could talk to Jocelyn, but I got to remember why.
Oh, yeah. No, Dayton and I got way off track multiple times, like multiple tangents, multiple stories. And we ended the live and everyone missed it. Oh, Anna says hi. And then y'all missed it because we ended the live, but we talked for like another hour.
Oh, yeah. See?
So, like, we had an hour and a half live.
Yeah.
Which was way long.
To do like a post or after hours podcast.
Right, like that's decent money. That's the name that Kane came up with. We're shouting out Kane. Kane came up with a podcast name called Decent Money, and we're gonna launch it. There you go. See, shouting it out. Well, I did this because I'm like, look at see, I look so skinny now. See.
Well, look at you, like you're treating me with some tea, with a little blanket.
You know what? But now Kane made me feel some sort of like, wait, I think I need to get another blanket.
Oh, because of this blanket over
that's
there.
actually I actually like if I take a nap.
Blankets do something. It doesn't matter if it's thick, especially in the summer.
I'm telling you, I'd be taking a nap and that's the blanket I sleep with because this one, I mean, is nice and cozy and like you can stick your fingers through and everything. But hear me out, right? Like literally. You know, actually, I didn't check to make sure we're on the right microphone. Hold on, people have to hear us better. Hopefully,
I can check it. Just let us know, Anna.
Yeah, let us know if you can't hear us now. Whoops, because we were on the computer mic.
Okay, what's the other mic? Oh, that one.
This one, this nice one.
The one
you can't see it, but there's a microphone. Usually, it's over here, you know, by the orange chair. But we moved it around because we're both on the couch.
Yes, I'm not gonna say couch cuties, but
that's what Kane said. Okay, so newest episode of the Business Readiness Program Masterclass. We have Cheyenne with us. She was one of our judges for the first pitch night, and you know. Probably be a judge for the second pitch as well.
That was a blast. It was really honestly I'm surprised that you even asked me, but it was a real blast and to be able to see the ideas of life. I'm
gonna tell you a story. So okay, so this is my thought process. I'm gonna get comfy because I
get comfy, girl.
I feel like I look really skinny when I sit like this too. So you know it's all about how I look.
For the gram.
Right, for the gram. No, so you know how people are always saying like, oh, it's really hard to hire diversity or to find somebody that fits a different profile or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know, it's only hard to hire diversity of any kind if like your workplace isn't a safe place to work. Right. But then I was like, you know what? I also want to be the change I want to see in the world. So in case anybody hasn't noticed, and this is, you can go look now. It's on the About page. Our board is made up of 5 people. Kane's white. Middle-aged white guy.
Gotta have one.
Phil, white. Yasmin is Palestinian. And so fantastic. Not a business owner. So Kane, business owner. Phil has a lot of startup experience, but like not a business owner. And then Yasmin wasn't a business owner, just is starting her business. She's starting a business. And then we have Danielle, who's German, like literally German, but also Black.
Okay.
And then veteran. Then we have Devin, Black man, not veteran. And then we have me, who's Black, veteran, business owner. So Devin's working on a business. Danielle does not have a business. It's like, I wanted to show the diversity of people that you're going to have to work with, right? You're going to have people that you employ, and you're going to have people that mentor you, and you're going to have the people that actually start the businesses, right? So that was my thought. And then I went, I'm going to go one step further. And so for pitch night, if you go back and watch this on YouTube, we had 5 judges. Mason, white guy. Owns a business now. Rick Latella, old. He's also on
shout out to Rick.
I think I got every single judge now on the masterclass. I think you're the last one.
Oh my gosh.
So if you go back and watch all the masterclasses, you'll be able to see all these people. But Rick is a serial entrepreneur, freaking amazing. Like so and like the knowledge he has, I'm just like, oh, don't like anyway, super good. Yeah. And then we had Carrie, woman, white, but woman. Yeah. Doesn't own a business, works with businesses, but doesn't. Naomi, Black, and gay. So check those boxes, right? And owns a business, but also works a job. And then you, that's very close to businesses. one doesn't own a business,
Mm-hmm.
well, Hispanic, right?
Filipina.
Filipino. That's close.
Mm.
Oh, even better though. That actually works even better.
Yeah, I need to just learn Spanish at this point.
You really
and just be like,
You don't know Spanish?
Spanish. I only know a little bit.
Okay, so in my years, I've hired a lot of Filipinas or Os. Filipinos.
Really?
Yeah, that actually still live in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna sound bad, but you don't have to pay them
No,
for
it's
like
true.
taxes,
It's just the way
purchases,
the world
and
works.
they're usually, well, they used to be, now it's not so much, but they usually are a little bit cheaper than having like an in-person employee, but they have way better skills.
Yeah. Did you use like Fiverr or Upwork?
No, I've only ever, well, okay, I have used Fiverr and Upwork,
Yeah.
but no, like pretty much everyone that works for me works internally, like they work for me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We very rarely hire consultant type, like
Yeah.
or contractor type people. We will, but like I'd rather just make sure that you are fed. Literally. Yeah. They all spoke Spanish. So what are you doing?
The Filipinos spoke Spanish?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is true though, because my grandma counts in Spanish. My mother knows Spanish, but she learned Spanish because they're very similar in ways, since the Philippines is colonized by Spain. But it's just 4 years of high school Spanish, guys. Doesn't give you much other than Hola, soy Dora. I'm doing it. I was a Dora fan, so I know that. But anyway, I love that story.
Thank you. Yeah. See, and notice how like there is a high percentage of women over men. So
it seems to be the shift for real. Like in many industries.
It's I mean, if we're gonna be honest, we're like the first full generation that's been able to like function on our own.
Yeah,
without a man.
This is true.
Literally.
This is true.
Legally and financially.
That's why you got all of us like, I don't need you. Bye.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta bring something to the table, otherwise you're not gonna be at the table.
Correct.
So
because I can do it.
Yeah.
Make sure we're live. And the response from Trevor is the Blanket podcast is live.
The Blanket podcast is live. We comfy, okay?
Okay. It's great.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Okay.
Honestly.
So
Sheila might get caught in one of the holes.
Oh no.
But that's okay.
See, this is why I'm not wearing any shoes.
Ooh.
Okay. So tell us, now that we've gone this far.
Yes.
Tell us about you. Who are you? What you do?
Yeah. I love this question. I could start from my beginning of upbringing, but I will not, because value is where here in this
here and now.
Here and now. So I'm Cheyenne Spade. My middle name is Normay, so I normally go by
and you
Cheyenne
don't
Normay.
speak Spanish, and your name, you know what?
Because that's my grandma's combined, actually. It's a very cute story. My two grandmas' names combined, Nora and May.
Normay. I kind of like it though. That sounds very, very Spanish.
Really? Yeah. I just need to learn Spanish at this point. Everybody's like, I'm just somebody else. I'm like,
Edward doesn't try to speak Spanish with you?
He did. I was like, sorry. The best thing is when they say something in Tagalog and they're like, kamusta ka? That's how are you in Tagalog? And I'm like, you know, it's the whole moment. But
that was when we see. I had to convince Edward that I used to be able to speak Spanish, so he can speak Spanish at me, and I know what he's saying. I can't formulate the words to come back out anymore.
Yes,
I know like I'll stand there and listen to a full conversation, know exactly where they're at in the conversation.
And you can pick up the words too. Like there are certain words where you're like, oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like I'm following, and
but being able to
my conversation
pronounce
ability.
it, that's why I listen to so much Spanish music. I should be at this point. Me too. All right, back to the question. So yes, I'm Cheyenne Spade. I grew up here in Janesville, Wisconsin. My mom was an immigrant. She came here to the U.S. for job opportunities. For that,
what did you want to see in the world?
And my dad also had a really tough background, so they really just worked their way up, and then had me. Well, my brother and me.
And there was me.
And then there was me. I grew up with both of them, and they were very hardworking, especially my mother. I always credited her work ethic. So being able to see how much she gave back to her community, she volunteered for junior achievement. She worked at all of the banks in Janesville. And then now she works in Social Security. And then my dad is a substance abuse counselor. He was a correctional officer. He was a PO at one point. He does a lot of work with counseling, human services in general.
Those are hard jobs, though. Oof.
Yeah. So being able to be around that environment, I mean, strange things like every family does, but I was still so lucky to be able to see that type of work ethic and like giving back to the community. That's like, I feel like I always have to mention that because my parents and my family are like the number one, the example for me. And then being able to have the resources that we do with tech and using it wisely and having like resources.
She used it wisely, folks.
I tried. I tried my best.
I think it worked well for you.
I think so too. I'm doing my best. I got my little book collection. I got my audio podcast. I got my audio books. I got all the things that I save in there. So yeah, it's kind of interesting because I do feel that I'm a little mix of my parents, and I got my business. My mom has an MBA. I have my business side, and then a little bit of me too, of course, on my creative side, and then my dad's side of being like human resource or human services and giving back in some way. So like a little bit of mixture of all of it, you know.
That's
and so
good, though.
Yeah, and I got my degree at Black Hawk Technical College. Amazing college, love you, talents out.
Yeah, those shameless plug. I am teaching AI this fall, so if you should come to my class. Anyway,
I actually met you. I remember seeing you at one of, I can't remember exactly what the event was, but I remember I saw you and you were doing it was a class or some sort of workshop or something, and I was like, I love her energy. She is a boss queen. That girl boss.
Hashtag girl boss. Actually, though, that's a really fucking good book.
Well, I will have to read it.
So these are the books that I really, really love. Okay. Oh, wait. I can show you. Hold on. We're going to move the camera for those that are watching, and I'll just say it out loud for those that are listening. So we have How to Get Shit Done by Erin Faulkner. Ooh. Amazing book. I've read it probably 3 times. Whenever I'm feeling really stuck, I just read it again, and then Erin just kicks me in the pants and I get going again. And then Eat, Pray, Fuck My Life. That was just a really fun book. To give you a synopsis, she gets divorced, but then the process of what she goes through. And then Unsubscribe. In full disclosure, Unsubscribe is one of my favorite books because the author's name is Jocelyn, but spelled the same way. But it actually is a really good book about how people interact with media and specifically email. And then Sophia wrote Girl Boss, and she was one of the first people to make money on eBay. And her process, she came from a really rough background and she literally climbed herself out of it. That's my book.
That is one of my sayings, getting shit done, so I might have to borrow.
Highly recommend. Actually, highly recommend. And then down here, it made the bookshelf because this is probably 0.1% of the books I know. It is Reality-Based Leadership. Cy Wakeman. She lives in Elkhorn, Wyoming. And in the story here, I was your age, and I saw her do a talk. She did a keynote at the SHRM conference up here, enamored, like so in love with her. Okay. I was like, you are who I want to be when I grow up. Okay. So I bought her book, and I tell you, she lives in Elkhorn, Wyoming, because at the time I lived in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. And she posted a job and it said based in Elkhorn. Girl, when I tell you I applied for that job, and she emailed me, she's like, hey, are you looking to move here? And I was like, what do you mean? I live in Elkhorn too. Right. And she was like, yeah, 2 different states, honey. Yeah, so I have no clue if she remembers that story. We're friends on Facebook and everything now. Yeah. But she wrote this book. She wrote a couple books, but this one specifically, nice. Very good. Kind of who I am. And it's like a leader, like very like matter of fact. Yeah, like leadership. Yeah. So very, very cool. She has a whole consulting practice now. So I think she's like probably 80% retired. I haven't seen her do a lot, but it's a lot of like her employees that do stuff. So yeah. Cool. And then, gotta have Gloria sign them.
I gotta borrow some of these books. I love a good read.
You're welcome to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. And then I have AI books at the top.
Gotta get ready for your master class.
Oh, girl. Am I getting into it? I am. But anyway, so there we go. We're gonna bring this back down a little bit so we don't look so crazy. But yeah, so there you go. That's my story of the books. And for everyone watching now, you know what's on my bookshelf. Yeah. Currently.
Yeah. This section of the podcast will just be the books.
So hopefully someday I'll have more of a bookcase here, but I really like the tree book. So like,
and then eventually you'll put your book that you write on your tree.
I have written a book. And do I have a print copy of it? No.
Oh, okay. But you will.
No.
Does it have to be?
It's not real relevant anymore. It was relevant at the time when I wrote it, but it's not real relevant now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was specifically for like Were you big on social media when like Clubhouse was around? So it was an audio app that came out of Silicon Valley.
I went straight to Mickey Mouse, so I definitely.
Yes. Oh, yes. I know. We all did. It was a social media platform, and it's completely audio.
Oh.
all audio.
Very interesting.
It's an app on your phone. It's still around. It's just not the same. And you would log in and you would join rooms, or you would create rooms. And you would talk about whatever specific subject you were wanting to, and then you had people in the audience, and then you could pull people out of the audience to come ask you questions or like speak, and it was kind of cool. So it was kind of like a virtual conference or podcast. So people were like recording their Clubhouse rooms and turning it into podcasts. But yeah, so I grew really big on that. I had like 15,000 followers. I spent an exuberant amount of time on Clubhouse. I loved it because I love to talk. And I made some really good connections in business that I still have connections to this day, but I wrote a book on it.
Nice.
Called The Social Audiopreneur. You can go look it up. It's not very good, but it was very actionable, and people used it to like create their funnel for their business.
Nice.
So yeah,
Very
there you go.
cool.
That's your story.
Am I gonna read that too?
Uh-huh.
I just got homework in 5 seconds.
No, I wouldn't recommend reading that one. Don't do that one.
No.
No, I'm unimpressed with myself now.
Well, that's actually where I like to read things, though. Because
like
people
the other stuff.
The way you look at it now, because your way of thinking about it always changes.
Well, and I
so
think
like at the time you probably really was like, yes.
Well, I was like this. Well, I wasn't necessarily that. I was like, this is just really helpful, and I'm
Yeah.
tired of explaining it over and over again.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, there's better ways to do this.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
then part 2 coming up.
Maybe. Probably not.
I can't get her to commit live.
No, but I am working on a book on DEI in small businesses. So
very nice.
I will.
Hence the plug in the beginning.
Yeah, no, not really. That's AI, maybe. Because I like to do that. But anyway, so questions.
Yes.
And if you're watching and you have questions, ask her the hard-hitting questions.
I like good questions. Deep questions.
So really today I had you on because like you're younger, and employers are always like, how do we get the younger workforce to work with us? And as entrepreneurs, ideally at some point, if you don't already have employees, you're going to, and we want to make sure that they like us and stay with us and work with us.
Yeah.
And we're fulfilling them just as much as they're fulfilling us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. And like, I'm a big fan of like, yeah, I want to give you a paycheck, but I also want to see you like grow.
Yes.
If you can, or if like you really like doing something, then like, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
So you run Janesville's Young Professional Program.
You're so funny. I don't run it.
Watching it just now in my mind, Cheyenne runs it.
You're so funny.
you can't tell
Someone
me
literally
different.
said that to me today too. They were like, "Oh, you run the Joint Janesville?" No.
Yes, you do.
No, I'm a part of the leadership team
She
by
runs it.
default because someone left when I entered. But I do love the Joint Janesville Young Professionals group. It was the first group that I found after graduating after Blackhawk. So they really like put me under their wing, and
now she runs it.
But then,
And if she doesn't, she should get a raise. Okay.
well, most of it's volunteers. So
Well, shit.
yeah, and honestly,
So it's $1 more.
absolutely. When you believe in it, when you really feel like you're growing as a professional, and also just your skills and getting connected to the community, and I get to see everybody else enjoy the events and develop as a person. I'm like, yeah, that's my payment. So I don't run it, but I am the marketing committee chair at this moment, and then I also help sometimes with some of the events, and then the leadership team, kind of like unofficial but official title is the FJ liaison between the for Janesville and Join Janesville, since we just
Combined it.
combined it, yes. But it's also an affiliate, so it's we work together a lot, yeah. So we're very supportive now. It's really nice to see that happen, and that was back in March of this year. So yeah, helping is pretty new though, so it's a lot of new things are being discovered. So, but it's a ton of fun.
That's good for your career.
Yes.
New things for your career. And for those that are listening, Forward Janesville is the Chamber of Commerce for Janesville.
Correct.
And so each chamber, most of them, not all of them, has some sort of young professional program, right? So engaging those that are new to the workforce, or maybe those that are just moving to the area, engaging them.
New to their career. And honestly, it doesn't have to be a young person. Same applies as you're a person in your career. You could have had an alternate lifestyle and you just got out of a certain situation, and now you're just in the workforce.
Yeah.
It could be anybody at some age, but
because I know, like, I mean, I'm in Beloit, and Beloit has the white people.
Yeah.
RPs.
RPs. Love our people.
Which is Rising Professionals. Hey, shout out to Beloit. And I do, in fact, feel old when I go to their stuff. I love y'all. So great. Yes. The answer's no.
Is that why you don't go to the coffees? I did listen to the one that you have with Carrie.
So I tried. Oh, that too. It's too early. It's at like 7:00 in the morning. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna give you a look.
I'm gonna be sleeping. But no, secondarily, okay, so this is the last time I went to a Rising Professionals event, right?
Yeah.
So in Beloit, we have a nicely sized company called Carry Ingredients, and they hire a lot of people straight out of college, and they do a lot of internships, so they're very involved with Rising Professionals, right? This is like 6 years ago, and I went, and they were mid-meeting, and they were like, okay, well, like, what questions do people have? And I'm sitting there like, nah, I got nothing. And this kid, not a kid, young adult, young professional, fine. But this kid raised their hand and said, well, what do I do with, like, this is my first time with a manager. Like, what do I do when they do the, like, and listed off these things? And I went, oh, yeah, I'm too old for this. I am the manager. I know what they're asking. And I'm like, secondarily, I'm old enough to know that that's a manager that you quit. Like, you don't work for that manager anymore. Like, you go find yourself.
So you tell him that?
No, because somebody else was answering the question. Like, there was like a panel, I think, at the end of it. And I was like, you can't just like raise your hand and answer stuff at a panel. And I went, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't.
One of those moments that was like, this isn't for me.
I'm too old for this. I'm too far in my career. Now, amazing people, still friends with them to this day. But
I loved RP events too. When I worked in Beloit, I did a lot with RP too. So
yeah, but you're probably like 12 or 15 years younger than I am.
How old are you?
I'm old.
Come on.
22. I'm 22. And for anyone that asks, 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were twins.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. It's perfect. So, okay, so you're doing this young professional thing.
Yes.
So, and you run it. Just kidding. For anyone listening, don't get butthurt. I like to make that jump. What's the biggest thing that young professionals bring to the workplace that tends to get overlooked or dismissed? That's one of our questions.
Overlooked or dismissed. I feel like it goes back to, and it goes to also speak to a lot of how people view young professionals right now. There's a lot of talk and a lot of things on social media, and that's a whole nother conversation. But we do for the tools, right? But it's not your diary. It's okay. Let me say this: it can be your diary, but it's not your place to be negative all the time.
This is true.
Say that. Be the change you want to see in the world, right?
Yes.
Do you want to see negativity?
No. I do love reading it. I'll be like, wow, that's a post.
I don't want to be
I don't want to be in it. Yeah, so I want to see the post, but I also don't want to hire the person that posted the post.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There you go.
She's going to be a rapper.
Yep. I probably will be someday.
But the question was...
things that people are overlooked. It's like, if I was to hire, okay, I do hire young professionals. But
I was gonna say you have a lot of experience working with young professionals.
Yeah, so if I was a business owner, what's one thing that I could think about? Like, oh, that's why I would hire like a freshly graduated somebody.
Right. Well, I think it goes back to the drive. Like, if they really are lit with the fire, they're really eager to do something. Nothing's gonna get in the way. At least that's how it was for me. I can't speak to every young professional, but I have seen a drive, and even like my sisters 10 and 12, like if you see a fire in somebody that they want to do something or execute something, or just like they have a passion for something, but maybe they don't really have the steps or the connections with people, but they have the vision and the passion, I feel like that's the job of a seasoned professional to
an elder millennial, if you will. I am.
I'm not gonna say old, but I like seasoned. You know,
I was born in the 1900s. Actually, when that whole thing came, I was a little mad about that. I was like, no, that's just rude. Rude. It's true, though. You weren't born in the 1900s.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah. I was alive for when we thought the clocks were going to and the computers were all going to shut down in 1999 when it hit midnight, because they weren't able to figure out how to do 2000. Shit you not. People thought the computers were going to die.
Oh, my gosh. I still don't know how old you are.
There you go. Now you know that, though.
Yes, I know that, though.
But I am 22. Unless you talk to Kane, and then he'll tell you exactly how old I am, and then he makes me mad. He did it. He just dropped it in the conversation not too long ago, and I was like, thanks, Kane. Okay, so then where do you work now?
Oh, yes. Why? I work at Forward Janesville, the Chamber of Commerce here in Janesville. And I also work part-time as a youth and family advocate with a smaller nonprofit that works with the Human Services of our county and takes in some mentees through usually around teenager age, but really it's like wherever kind of like real life mentor that they might need, and matches up to what they want to learn. Big Brother, Big Sister. Yeah, it's very, very similar. Very, very similar. So yeah, that's my part-time job, and then I also work another part-time job.
Welcome to
Just
2026.
in retail.
Yeah.
I know, right? Like we have to pay all these things, and I have some big goals. Like I want to get the house too, and the investment properties, and I want to do these things. So I need to.
You got this.
I need to have the capital to do it. So I'm like, let's
Okay.
hustle.
I'm just gonna say it out loud on the podcast. If you want to buy a house, you don't need a bunch of cash. You know that, right?
We'll talk.
I'm gonna say it right here. State of Wisconsin, there's a program called WIDA, Wisconsin Housing Economic Development Association, or whatever.
Yeah.
They will give you a secondary loan on a property for your down payment.
Well, good to know.
So let's say you have $100,000 property.
Right.
Let's say you have $100,000 property. Usually, for a conventional loan, you'll need anywhere between 3.5% and 10% down. So you'll need anywhere between $3,500 and $10,000 down on your mortgage. You don't have to have $3,500.
Yeah.
You can go to WIDA and say, give me a secondary mortgage on this house. They will give you a second mortgage for $3,500 that counts as your down payment. So then all you need probably, in all honesty, is about $1,000 because you're going to do a home inspection on the house and you're going to be there when they inspect the house. You're not going to let them do it by themselves. They give you a report. You're going to be there and you're going to have usually a guy, but sometimes a woman, to walk through the house with you because they'll tell you how stuff works, maybe what stuff looks like it's breaking, what they're seeing in real time, and then they'll give you like a 40-page report on your house. And then that is your decision on, is it worth buying it? Is it not worth buying it? Okay, well, maybe it needs a new roof. So you can go back to the seller and say, hey, this roof is 40 years old. It's falling apart. Either you're going to make the $100,000 house $80,000 because I'm going to fork out money for the roof, or you're going to fix it and I'll pay you $100,000. Okay. If you find a house for $100,000, you can make those demands, buy that shit immediately.
Yeah.
But there
that's
you go.
Kind of hard right now, though. $100,000. I mean, maybe.
I did just find one.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been on your journey too. So.
I did just find one. Krusty House was $100,000.
And I love a good fixer-upper.
Oh, girl, this was way more than a fit. I should do a whole podcast episode on that.
On that.
But I will say my first house was not quite as Krusty's Krusty House, but pretty damn close.
Did you name it Krusty House?
No, I did not. I don't think I named that one. Oh. That should have been a sign that I wasn't going to live there for very long. But there was 70-year-olds that moved out of it, and they had lived there for 30 years and smoked in it for 30 years.
Oh boy.
It was so gross. So gross. So
I can't do smoke.
Well, you can clean it. Smoke is cleanable.
Yeah?
It's cleanable. You will be wearing wear a respirator and gloves, but TSP, you can wash all the walls down with TSP. And it just melts it off the walls. It's satisfying.
It's satisfying, I was going to say.
So there you go. For anyone that is interested in my house, the way to do it, don't buy, I mean, in all honesty, if you're buying your first house, I have a rule, don't spend more than $150,000 on a house. Because you can always get the next house.
Right.
But getting out of debt sucks ass.
Right.
So. Yeah. So I would rather have somebody buy like a functional fixer-upper over like a really, really, really nice house that then now their whole entire budget goes to a house payment.
Very good.
Highly recommend. There you go. Now you know how to buy a house. For anyone wondering. And they're really nice to have because you always have a backup plan.
Right. Yeah. We'll have to get coffee again. So
there you go. So now you know. Now you know. And it's a house buying journey. And it is really nice when you own a business to buy a house because now this is not how you start a business. You don't get a second mortgage to start a business. It was a bad decision because then you're tying the success of your business to the roof over your head. But having a HELOC that you can pull money, HELOC is a home equity line of credit. And that's why I say if you don't buy a house for really expensive, the chances that you buy it and then automatically have equity in it just from the get, kind of high. So you can always use that money as like an emergency fund if you need to. Cool. Okay, there we go. See, this is we're supposed to be learning things from her, but I'm going to
I love it.
Go in on that. I bought 3 houses that way.
Nice.
With WIDA, you can use it once you can use it once every 3 years. You do have to find a good lender because not every lender will work with WIDA. So that's usually it's kind of a pain in the ass. But find a good lender, and then if you're not married, you and your person can both do it at the same time.
Right. Very cool.
So
awesome. Use what's available.
Use what's available. And there are things out there. And like Some stuff you're like, oh, that's too good to be true. Like that's way harder than they meant it to be.
I don't even believe that anymore.
Sometimes I've gotten into stuff and go, oh, this is way more work.
Well, I think it can be obvious, but honestly, I used to say that, and then just good things started happening, and it's like,
yeah.
Okay,
but there are plenty of programs out there that are legitimately helpful, and you just have to do a little bit. Like you do have to take a little class. Like it's a 12-hour class of like you do need to pay your mortgage kind of thing, but
how to be a good homeowner, all
budget.
I do those. I would do those.
So if you have $1,000 in decent credit,
check.
go buy some house.
All right, tomorrow, guys.
Now watch. The next thing you know, I'm going to be sending her. I'm going to be sending her just Zillow listings in Beloit. Let's get it right.
Actually, I'll give you my number, so then you can just. You have my number. Okay.
I have your number. I just don't use it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I have your number.
You definitely do have
I don't think I do. Call me right now.
I'm going to look you up. If I can spell your name right. There we go. Maybe I don't have your number.
See?
Oh, I have Naomi's number.
Yes. Are you thinking of Naomi?
I got
she was here not too long ago.
I know she's on the. She was also on here. She gonna come back. She gonna come back at some point. She did say get it, baby sis, with a hug.
Was she on here? Oh, hey Nay. Yeah, actually, you'll see her on Sunday. So.
Do you really? I get to see her all the time. You want to know why? Because she's my neighbor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys did Did you go to the black party?
Yeah, she didn't really show up to the black party. She came for 5 whole seconds and turned around and walked home. And I was like, I didn't even get a chance to say hi.
Because I wasn't there. I'd be like, Nay, go. Let's go party.
No, she saw all the popo there and was like,
Makes sense.
No, they were really nice. The chief of police came.
I actually really love the Janesville and Beloit police. Like, I've had so many great.
That's because you're black. Okay, continuing on.
This is true.
No, I will say the chief of police. This is completely not this, but so we have neighborhood night out in Wisconsin. I think it's just a whole Wisconsin thing. And
National night out.
National night out, right? So then yesterday was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
It was like it's been forever. Okay, so National Night Out, and so then we call it Neighborhood Night Out because just because we think we're special on Emerson Street. Okay?
Oh, got you.
And so they usually we block off our whole street, and everyone congregates at Dawn. I keep shouting Dawn out on this podcast, and I don't think she ever not once listened to this thing. And I'll finally listen to it one day and be like, she says my name a lot. Naomi and I talked about her too, but she's like the coolest neighbor, like the coolest, and like such a bad bitch, like just a boss, like just and you just want to be like her when you grow up. Anyway, so she hosts it, and so we all hang out. And last year you guys played with Pet and Pet. This year we had a boombox. I guess it's fine. That was cool. And so we all hang out as neighbors, and it was really, really fun.
That's a really cool thing. When I was little, I always wanted to grow up and have a home in that neighborhood, where everybody gets together and we just take over the street and just cook out. So that was really cool to see.
It is. It's really, really, really fun. If we have a home come up for sale, I'll send it to you.
Yes.
You can come to the neighborhood. You really actually probably would like the neighborhood. So we have the retired Rock County judge. So we can just be knowing everybody.
I love that.
We have Dawn, who also just be knowing everybody. We've got me.
Which also just be knowing everybody.
We got Naomi, who be knowing everybody. Highly recommend.
And in different avenues too. So
yes.
But compound that all together.
We be knowing people. Yeah. We be knowing people. So yeah. Okay, so I do have questions. If you guys have questions and are leaving comments, please do. Sheila says this is really good information for business leaders, building, profession and careers, future goals. And then she says she's got a large corporation past management vision and passion is driven through company opportunities.
Where are you at?
And sometimes your success is limited. Mm-hmm. And so you want to make sure that you need to go for it.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah. No limits.
Yeah. I actually feel like maybe this, because that just reminded me of a moment in Noodles. No, was it Starbucks where Naomi knew as Sheila and she said the same thing. Don't be afraid, go for it.
So
maybe it's the same Sheila.
I don't know if Naomi's met my Sheila. There's two. There's two. Okay, wait.
Is there different?
There's two Sheila Martins.
Okay.
There's Sheila Martin. My Sheila Martin owns Martin Faith Bertrand's, where my horses are. That's this one.
Oh.
Then there's Sheila Martin in Milton that owns 3H. 3H Ranch. 3.
Oh yes. 3H.
Is it therapeutic riding?
3H Ranch.
I don't know. They do.
Triple H Ranch.
Triple H. Thank you.
Yes.
Jeez.
Triple H.
And they're both Sheila Martin.
Yeah.
Spelled the same way.
That's crazy.
And they're both on my friends list, and consistently I send the wrong Sheila stuff. Okay. It's always horse related, so it makes sense because like we all have
I don't
horses.
have to connect on you in that because my sister is obsessed with horses.
So, what does it look like? This is a good question. I kind of like this question. What does it look like when an employer genuinely gets it right? Like you like working there? Like what are the changes that you see?
I love that question too because I genuinely feel that at my current job. This has been the first job that is not a toxic environment, and Char is a great boss, and I tell her that like every other day because she's very open to conversation, and ever since the beginning, she was one of those people that believes in you even when you don't, so then that keeps you going.
It gives you extra
fire because even really, she's like, what? No,
go for it.
Yes,
go for it.
Yeah, so that's really awesome. I think to that question is when the employer gets it right, it's being curious about the person and also just believing in that person's capabilities because you wouldn't bring them on the team if you didn't believe in the capabilities. That's why understanding their passions, their desires, and what they truly want. Like maybe they don't know that. I mean, that's still kind of the age where 18, 25, you're still figuring out. I mean, I have a pretty good idea, but that's because I really sit with myself about like, what do I truly want? How do I want to show up? What kind of impact do I want to leave? Like those questions are important questions for young professionals to ask themselves. So if you're watching, ask yourself that question. Journal. Journal is freeing. And so like when they get that right, and she's a prime example to that, is bringing them into the events to learn. The JBA students of the Janesville Business Academy, both Parker and Craig high school students get the opportunity to have real life mentors, especially in their local community, which helps with retention, keeping the and then also just like seeing real world problems and how to solve them themselves, but with some guidance. So I think that when they get it right, it's the growth of that young professional, also maybe the confidence, the connections that person is plugged in. And the more that they plug in, it's like a snowball. It's a harder, like the number one reason why people stay in the area is because of the people they know, their family, the impact they've made, their connection. So, I mean, that would be success. And I think honestly, like Char succeeded. I mean, like I'm from Janesville and I always grew up like, okay, I want to get out of here.
I'm ready to leave.
Yeah, like in the Lamesville group, like we would be like, Lamesville, oh my God, the 6-way got nothing going on. But at the same time, what was I looking for stuff going on? Right.
Well, and it's part of, I will say like it's part of your job as an employer. And this is for any level, like if you're first hiring or, you're in the 8th hire or 50th hire, is making sure you're sitting with yourself as a manager and employer and making sure that you want to build up your employees.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like I want to be the least informed on what my employee is doing in the sense that like they can do a better job at it than I can. Not that I can't do it, but can't do it. But like,
but that's their specialty.
Clearly, there's a reason why you're amazing at this. And then secondarily to that, making sure that they like what they're amazing at. Because I've had employees that I've hired, like let's say to do a content writing job. Yeah. And we get going and I'm like, yeah, you're really good at this. And they're like, yeah, I fucking hate it. And you're like, okay. Like, what else are you good at? Oh, you're really good at the strategy side, right? It's like, yeah, of course you can make the graphics, you can write the posts, you can edit the videos, but you really like the strategy behind it. And that's why you're so good at the content side, but you like making the plan. And then that shifts their job and that shifts the trajectory of their career. Right. And I think a lot of employers don't do that because they're like, well, I hired you to do this.
Yeah. Transactional.
Like, I give you a paycheck, you accomplish this. Which, yes, that is part of it, right? Every job has KPIs and not every job is able to switch so quickly. But at the same time, if you want any employee, not just young professionals, to enjoy your company and speak highly of you, right? Yeah. We are in the age where we can look up any company on Glassdoor. I wonder if I'm on Glassdoor. I've never looked. But you know what I mean? We can, if you really don't like an employer, you're going to Glassdoor and you're leaving a bad review. It just is what it is.
And it's in the age of like no privacy, transparency. No. Like transparency is gonna happen regardless of what we want.
You're a bad employer. So that employee is going to Facebook. Yeah. And that is going to be shared around.
Strongest.
Right. What's going to be shared around? It's going to be shared around. It's going to be the tea that I'm so glad I'm not part of, but I love to read. Okay. But you don't want to be that employer, right? There's things you can do to make yourself better.
And that's really admirable that you take that approach. I agree with that. Like as a leader, that's your job is also, yes, to lead the people, to answer the questions, to sign the papers, all of that, but also to believe in the person that you hired and let their skill set also just grow and give them the opportunities to do so. Like, that's how you keep people, and that's also how you as a business grow.
Well, and I always, this is the other thing that I think about, like, as an employer is, for example, you come in, you're an intern. Maybe I hire you, maybe I don't. Depends on if I have a job for you, right? Mm-hmm. But you're going to put me on your resume now for the next 10 years. You're going to put my company name on your resume. Mm-hmm. And I want you to say, I learned these 20 things when working for her. Yep. And I would be embarrassed if somebody put me on their resume and was like, yeah, I didn't really learn shit at this job. Like, I have no bullet points to put under this task, this job that I had. Right. I just have to fill in the time so that it doesn't look like I had a gap.
It's a slot. Back to purpose.
And like, you don't have to put every job on your resume. Right. That's a privilege. It's a privilege for the employer to even be mentioned. And I want to have that privilege.
I love that. I think the people watching are going to learn, employers especially, could learn a lot from you.
I know. Because there's stuff on my LinkedIn that you'll never know. Or not on my LinkedIn and you'll never know. Right. Ever be me. And here's my thing is, like, I'm not going to give, which I'm a little different, right? But like, from when I was younger, I have multiple companies that I worked for that I do not have on my LinkedIn, because I'm not going to give you the like airwaves now because you were so shitty to me, right? Like, you were such a bad employer in my young professional days that I will only ever say bad things about you if somebody ever asks, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to give you like all the marketing I do for my personal brand. I'm not going to give you play on that. Mm-hmm. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
So things to remember when you're hiring young professionals, that they don't have to include you, and if they do, anyway. So true. You obviously work at Forward Janesville, which is focused on community development, professional development, things like that. So how does that shape the way you think about your own professional growth? Because Sharby, obviously pouring into you, but like
yeah, great role model, and that's a really good question. I love that this job has put me into the rooms and the places where I always kind of like dreamed and thought of that I would do. A lot of the times, like one of my weekly activities is to go back and see if my goals are still lining up with my desires and what my passions are, and then like how to execute that and if those were executed. And I remember writing down, like, I want to get more involved with the city than the Janesville. And although I'm not directly working with the city, I'm getting the connections through the chamber. So it's like being able to actually put the action there. There's an action there. And I was just telling Shar, we were at a board meeting, and these are investors that are investing in programs for the community. And I was just like, it is just so amazing to hear that these people, regardless of where they're at, a lot of them live elsewhere, still want to see Janesville as a community thrive and Rock County as a whole thrive. And it's elevated the level that I go to at this point. Because before, a lot of it was finding like, all right, what do I want to do? There's that phase, everybody's got a phase.
Welcome to life. Yeah. But you're going to be like, do I still want to do that?
Every single year.
I'm kind of at the point where like every 3.
Okay.
I kind of go through like, I don't know if I like this anymore.
And you have to audit.
You audit.
Because you don't want to waste your time.
A life audit. Yeah.
Yes, life audit. I love a good life audit. And that's the questions that we would ask to be able to meet the people who are doing the things that I really would love to do. So it's like, that's what I love with the school district. And now the priority is to get more of the younger generation starting in middle school into those rooms to shadow jobs and to see the real life.
And see what options they have.
Yes, exactly. And see what it's actually like. Because we did a few of those, but now it's just like really up the ante on it. And I love to see that because they need to see, they need to experience that. But for me, it's just been like really inspiring, like especially with the city manager switch and the opening and
you.
This is what Santana always says. Santana's my fiance, and he always is like, "Okay, future president. Okay, future manager. Okay, future mayor." And
you know what? Every black man wants a bad bitch of a woman. I'm just saying. It's so true, though. It's so true. Yeah. And you have to have that for yourself.
Yes, he's my cheerleader.
He's absolutely adorable.
Like, did you tell from that last event? He like stepped.
I know. Okay, so here's a story. I be getting myself into these situations.
You said no.
Well, it was my fault. Okay, so we were at a Business After 5.
Yeah.
And we were, as usual, closing down the business after 5. We were like the last people left.
Last group.
I'd be chatting. I can't help myself.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're standing in this parking lot, and this very clearly unhoused man with like no shirt on. He had
No
shirt on.
clothes.
Yeah, like just pants like held up with a belt.
Barely.
And barely. And no shirt and just like real disheveled. He walks up to us and I was like, how you doing? Like,
how's it going, guy? What's up?
And Kane looked at me like, I can't believe you even like acknowledged him. I was like, he's like right there.
Still human.
And he was like, yes, telling us the whole story about his day. And then he proceeds to go, do you want to see something? And reaches like this. And I went, no. Because I thought immediately, for sure, he was taking his pants off. Okay, he seemed just high enough.
Yeah.
To be taking his pants off. Okay.
I wouldn't have put it past him.
No.
And I always try to assume the best.
No.
People, but that hasn't always got me.
Here's
where
my
I
thing:
should
is if
be.
you want to see something and then proceed to reach
reach
for the fly of your
your
pants, I'm gonna assume you're gonna show me things I did not want to see today. Okay.
No.
So I go, no.
Yeah.
She's like.
And then I turn and I was like,
I can't even deal with you.
avoid eye
This man
contact.
proceeds to fumble with his belt.
Mhm.
What the hell's happening? So he fumbles with his belt. He pulls the belt buckle part off, fumbles with it, and I knew it was about to happen because, like, I'm a farm kid through and through. I know there was a knife in there. And
at first, I didn't, that didn't cross my mind at first.
Well, because I thought I was seeing a penis. I'm going to be honest. I went from seeing a penis to, like, okay, well, it's not a penis. It's got to be better than that. Okay, so he pulls it out, and I think it was Kane goes, oh, that's a knife.
And right before,
and by the way,
Santana just
this
moved
knife
right.
is this big, okay?
It's really cute.
It's really
Super
small knife.
cutesy.
King goes, oh, that's a knife. And Santana goes from behind her to in front of her. And now both men are like squished in front of her. Like, what do we do?
Yeah. But he was just showing us. It was a story.
It was very sweet.
He had a story because his sister
Yeah,
gave it to him.
his sister gave it to him,
Yeah.
and like he knew he couldn't sell it. And we were like,
It was a
no way.
whole story.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh, it was just so funny because I went no, and then Kane goes, oh, it's a knife.
Oh my god.
I laughed about it all the way home. By the way, I called him to laugh about it some more because I was like, you. Like suburban white kid was not prepared for this man to whip out a baby knife.
He was on his little cup, his little drink. He's like, oh, there's a knife. Just proceeds to just stand there. I'm like, okay, I love that. But honestly, my situational awareness isn't always on 100 either. So I'm just kind of sitting there like,
wow, it's a knife.
This is the way it goes, I guess.
I know, that's my thought. I'm like, this is the way I go out. At least it's a good story.
It was literally like 1 inch. So
Yeah,
even if that got
you're like, that's gonna hurt, but it probably won't kill me.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So there you go.
I would
That's
be able to pull it out and I'd be just fine.
That's the crazy story. So basically, as a young professional, you should be going to BA5s and finding homeless guys.
Yeah, they actually have a lot of cool stories.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
I will say, talking to a crackhead is like top tier entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they always have lore that you're like, I can't believe you lived through that.
Yeah.
Like, you're clearly alive. I don't know how you
Still going. And they'll say that too. They'll be like, I don't know either.
Yeah,
but I'm going.
No, my favorite is I've made some bad choices in my life, and I'm like,
yeah,
yes, you have.
At least you're aware. That's
right?
the first step.
I know, but they don't make any better choices because they got crackhead energy. Okay, so there you go. Funny stories. Come to BA5s because
that is not exactly what we market on the flyers, but that is.
I don't even know if that was a BA5. That was completely after. Everyone else was packed up.
Yeah. So BAA after 5.
Yeah, after the business after 5.
Yeah.
So ABA5. Yeah.
Yes.
We should start marketing that.
Yeah. Hey, we went to Taco Bell after, so
we're gonna sit with Taco Bell, and then
you're like, "That's my bedtime."
Oh no, Kate and I were like, and that's how we know y'all young, because we were like, enough for Taco Bell.
Usually, I would be in bed around like 9. I try; it doesn't always happen, but like that would be my bedtime too. But I was hungry. The food there was really good too, but I don't know, that day just had me hungry.
I think it was so
hot. Yeah,
it was so
Whenever
hot.
the weather is like that, I just want to eat.
Yeah, it was so hot. That's I think what it was. Okay, so more questions. If you guys have questions for a young professional or you're hiring, now's the time. I guess you can put them in the comments afterwards. You'll see them eventually.
Yeah.
So, okay, because you be talking to young professionals. This is interesting. I'm actually kind of interested. What's like some common mistakes or like common threads you've heard like from employees, young professionals about employers when they're trying to retain younger talent and you're like, we don't care about that. So like, I'm glad you did that. Fantastic. But we don't care.
Ooh, so basically what the employers are saying, this is what we have, and the young professionals are like,
okay,
no, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because a lot of the goals around people are just the same. Like we all want the same stuff: a house, a home, safety,
money,
food. Yes,
money. You need to be paying your people. I'm going to say that out loud.
Yes, and money is a big driver, I would say, especially for a person in this economy. Like that is for me for sure. But also, like you said, loving what you do. Like if you're interested in what you do, the opportunities for growth. I see that a lot of young professionals want more opportunities to learn and to develop more skills and challenge. That's one thing I love about my job is that new things pop up and we put out the fires, and that challenges me, which I love a challenge. So never complaining about that. And I would say that's something to offer. Like honestly, like retirement at this point, like retirement's great and all, but I'm not counting on it. Like I think a lot of people are just kind of like, especially being a person that's been in a lot of jobs, and I've seen a lot of retired people go back to work, whether it could be they're bored, they have enough money, I don't know what they're doing, if they're doing it because they don't have money or they're doing it because they're bored. Most of the time maybe it is because of finances, but that's just not something I'm too worried about. I guess I think that's a great benefit. And
okay, so then what
culture,
is it? Okay, go ahead. Sorry. So work culture.
Well, what was your question?
No, I was gonna say, so okay, because this is a hot topic. This is very interesting. So like my generation, when I was your age, people were like, how do we engage like the millennial in the workforce? Because the millennials were lazy. We're not. We just don't take no shit. But like now I'm thinking retirement. I wasn't then. But like what's something then, like if it, so for example, like a retirement match probably wouldn't get you super excited, right? Like, because you put 3% in, we'll put 3% in.
And it's great, but also I also do my own investing, so I'm not like completely concerned with that because I'm pretty confident in that part of my life. So maybe for somebody who doesn't, and that's like their form of investing is through their employer, then maybe it's different to everybody. But
so then I guess what is something that would make you like really excited? You'd be like, oh fuck yeah, that's cool.
I think for me it really just goes back down to development, like opportunity to grow, and that there isn't a threshold. There isn't a limit, especially work culture. Yeah, for sure. Because I think a lot of people every day, things are going to come up, things are going to be difficult. And we've seen that same meme of like 9 to 5, blah, 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 and go home, do your work and stuff, and back to the 9 to 5. And I hear that so much, like, oh, work, I just have to do it. And somebody told me recently that they were talking to someone from Europe and they go by this saying, we live to work.
Not work to live.
Yeah, work to live. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, like I work and I live, but I don't want to be working just to work. Like
I was literally just talking, shout out to Tracy, because we had a meeting this morning. Yeah, Tracy elevated talent consulting. Okay. She does like a lot of operational HR.
Yeah, I did meet with Char today.
I did meet with Char, but I went with Tracy first. Yeah. And we were just talking about that, you know, because she was talking about how she spent a couple months over in Europe. And she's like, you know, I got a lot of pushback from people about making that choice to like not take time off because it wasn't off, but like away, you know. And she's like, my business still grew, it was still doing well, like but like I was able to go. And I looked at her and I was like, well, yeah, that's because that's the whole reason why I started a business, so that I can decide I don't need to be here today, right? I don't have to work today, and I don't have to tell anybody else or ask permission from anybody else not to work today.
Right.
And I think it's the same, right? Like, so one of the things that I've, like, as I've done research, unlimited PTO. So you don't have to ask to take the time off. Your job is done. Go forth and conquer. Because I think the generation before me, so I'm a millennial, that is, whatever, generation before, was really big in the 8 to 5. Like, you have to sit at the desk, you're in a cubicle, people are in the office working. And the studies are showing that people really, if you have an 8-hour workday, they're really only working for 3 hours. The rest of the time they're chatting, they're just not focusing.
I had a conversation with somebody that said the same thing, that they're like, I work for like 4 and then I have to find something to do the rest of the day. I'm like,
right.
What?
So if you think about it and you really want an engaged workforce, you have to do one of two things. You either have to give them more, which maybe you're not paying them to do more. So there's that. And I will say your generation is a lot more like clear about that. Like, you paid me to do this job, not that one. Mm-hmm. So that's one. Or two, like, that's fine, but I'm not paying for your hours. I'm paying for your brain to get this done. So I don't care if you do it in 2 hours or 8. And then have your day. And so I don't have that right now. I would love to. I did implement, though, back when I had a huge team, I did implement the 32-hour work week. That was our full time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, you can pick whatever day you want.
Yeah.
Or you can just do short days, like 6-hour days, and then you're done.
Honestly, do like that structure, the idea of a 3-day weekend or just
because a lot of my employees, they have kids, they have lives, they are going to school, like. And I was like, I want you to be able to do both, and I still want you to be able to live. And that was a big one for like us hiring, because we would get some really cool talent that a lot of other agencies were trying for, but we had a 32-hour work week with no pay cut. So like, if you were going to get $40 an hour, we'll put you on salary for $40 an hour. And with the expectations that maybe sometimes a week would be 40, like we just were swamped for some reason, but we were really good about systems to make sure that didn't happen, because nobody want to work 40 hours. We got other things to do with our lives.
Wow, most people are working 60.
Ugh. No, I say ugh, like I don't do it, but like,
yeah, I was gonna say, come on.
I really love what I do, and it's my choice. I'm not employed by somebody that's saying they require it.
Well, and that's what they say. Like, when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't feel like work.
And that's the case.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this is technically work. I mean, it's an hour and a half long podcast or whatever, but like, I enjoy it. So it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
And in all honesty, I didn't start work until noon today.
Yeah. Okay, so you still got
This is my 8. I got my 8 in. Well, I did horse stuff this morning.
Yeah.
So like, the mental health stuff happened, and like, I enjoy it, and then I came to work.
Yeah. With close runs and balance.
Yeah. So a lot of balance. But I think that came with age, I will say. And that came with age for my generation. I think we're all kind of hitting that. People are hitting their 40s and going, whoa, what are we doing? Versus your generation, I think we just instilled it in you guys. Don't let anybody do that to you.
Yeah.
No is a full sentence.
More straight up.
So I really wish I would have had that, because I said yes to stuff when I was younger, and I'm like, I can't believe I did that. I only took a minute.
Right. And I did that too right out of college, right out of high school. But I also, it goes back to that eagerness of wanting to be a part of something, wanting to learn something. And finding where you fit in, and then eventually you learn to say the no's, and what you say yes to means you sacrifice something else. So you have to make sure what you're saying yes to is something you genuinely care about.
Correct.
So comes with the time.
It does. Well, and I think the other thing is, like, you have to remember that if you really want to be part of something, you can volunteer your time, which you have finite time. But if you really want to be part of something and there's a budget, and you don't require them to pay you for your time, you're doing you and everyone behind you a disservice, right? Because your time is legitimately valuable. Now, will I volunteer my time to go do horse stuff? Sure. I'll go spend a day doing horse stuff because I enjoy it, or I'm getting something out of it, like I learned something, or like I'll volunteer to go like show face at an event because I enjoy it and I probably will learn something or meet somebody.
Yeah.
But like, you asked me to do some marketing for you? No, that is something that I will not do without a monetary value to it, because first of all, that's what I do for a living. But secondly, I want you to fully respect the time that I'm about to give you.
Right.
And I'm going to see that respect by you giving me some cash. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. It goes back to your teaching people how to treat you by what
you accept.
Yeah. What you accept. Yes. So.
Okay.
Point blank period.
Okay. So, I mean, I told you some of my ideas because I'm nothing if not a talker, but if you could build like a perfect workplace for like your generation, what would that look like?
Oh my gosh. What a question.
I know.
A perfect workplace?
Perfect workplace. I know what mine is. It involves a couch.
I was going to say, the first thing that came in my head, a hammock.
Yes. I mean, but for real though.
A hammock. But
a comfy place to sit is basically what we're saying.
Yes. And honestly, like, the breaks are necessary. I think all of us kind of have that. When we're in the flow, it's very hard to break the flow. So we need something to take us out of the flow. And sometimes it's a coworker, sometimes it's an alarm. At least for me, like, I really need a reminder to just take the break.
Take a break. Let your brain.
And if there was a hammock somewhere
Okay, Char, hope you're listening.
But
Watch me Amazon a hammock to the Fort Janesville office. Because you know, you can get the ones that stand alone, and they have like arms that hold you like this, and the hammock goes in between.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I don't know if you have any space in the office somewhere for it.
Oh, I can move some stuff around.
You can put it. All of a sudden, you walk into the conference
Make it
room, and
work.
there's just a hammock.
Yeah. Our board members would love that.
Actually, though, hear me out. If they didn't, I would be like, you need to go watch the podcast. There's a podcast.
I think they actually would love that, especially with the one corner in the hallway that we don't like. Nobody goes over
Or
there.
a papasan chair.
What?
A papasan chair? Okay. In the 90s, I still have one in my house because they're just so comfy.
Yeah.
Those were big in the 90s. Everybody had a papasan chair.
I still would get those.
I have one in my house. Oh my God. I have a bookshelf wall, and then in the corner is my papasan chair.
Nice. Yeah, that's something you'd put next to like a book wall.
Mm-hmm. Now, do my cats use it more often than I use it? Correct. But still,
I find a place to sleep too.
they'd be taking up spaces. Yeah.
Yeah, but
okay. So hammock. What else?
Perfect workplace. Ooh, I do believe in. Ooh, that would be hard actually. This is a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
Very good question. I believe in like the focus, just giving your 110% attention to what you're doing. So like having your clean space and organized space. I'm always for making your bed in the morning. That that saying is so true, and I didn't always do that, and it just changes the whole day. It's like those little things, the organization. So big on cleanliness and organization. So it'd be very like things go here. You know, probably some labels. I love a good label maker. Okay. Right. Yeah.
But I think cleanliness is big, and I think that's something you could definitely teach like a younger employee that maybe hasn't had to do
I think it starts with the little habits too.
It's like the organization of like, this is how you can organize, your desk space, your office space to give you efficiency, but also like help your brain focus.
I do think some active movement is necessary. I really like, so Claire has a
walking pad.
Yeah, walking treadmill under her desk, and that's a great idea. I should do that too. But just movement too, because when you're sitting there, like we want our people to be healthy, and it's also good for their brain. So
and a lot of time, your health insurance will help you pay for some of that stuff aside from.
Oh,
like as an employer. Okay.
Well, there you go. But yeah, so something like that too. This is a really good question. I'm gonna have to journal about this later too.
Right. Well, and I think about that mostly for myself, right? Because I know I get really comfy in a space, and then I start acting like it's a home base, and then I don't work.
Yeah, that's what I would say. That goes back to the organization and cleanliness of the thing, is that there's a purpose and there's an intention of the space.
Yeah.
And that was my first experience with that, was with my creative stuff. I can't do creative stuff where I do my schoolwork.
Yep.
That's not going to happen. Like it's weird how your brain just knows. Just like, you're showering in the bathtub. You're not going to go pee in the bath. Well, I guess some people do that, but like,
there's uses.
There is a specific thing that you do here.
She's like, well, I guess some people do that.
Well, I think about my sisters. They tell me they do that. So, but yeah, like knowing that, like having specific things or specific places for your task.
Each task.
Yes. But yeah, I think. And then I thought about food, but I'm just a hungry person. So having water, having hydrated, having snacks and things like that. I also really like music. So instrumental music, classical, maybe even that's something that we play like for lunch break. Like that would be.
We're just giving people the option to actually wear headphones. I was literally just watching. There's this guy on Facebook that reads transcripts of things that bosses say to employees. And it's atrocious. Bro, when I tell you, I'd probably throat punch some of these bosses. They're cuckoo for coke. And literally right before you came in, I was watching one, and the boss was like, hey, I'm going to flag this now before it becomes an issue, like your headphones. And the employee is like, what about them? They're like, well, we want all of our workforce to be really engaged and like functional. She's like, I am, but I'm getting work done. And she goes, well, the workspace gets really chatty and really loud, and so it helps me focus. And he's like, yeah, but see, if I let you do it, I have to let everyone do it. And she like explained, she's like, well, I need these to be able to focus. She's like, or can I like work from home more often when I have like super hard work days? And he was like, nope. It was just such a weird conversation. I'll send it to you. Yeah. They're really good. I'd be watching these going, I'm the best.
Little ego boost.
I'm like, I've never
once had me for a boss.
Texted, emailed, or anything. Something so absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think it just goes to everybody's different. Like their focuses are different,
right.
Especially in this generation where everything is so overstimulating, and it's not necessarily children's fault that everything is overstimulating, all the shows, everything that they're absorbing. If we watch Clifford versus a show now, so different in the pace and the sound. So like,
are you talking about OG Clifford or newer?
OG Clifford?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clifford was my ish. Like that was my show. Clifford and Dora.
That was my little brother's show. That was definitely my little brother's show. I'm like an Arthur kid.
Yes, Arthur too.
Or what was it? Dragon Scales? Did you ever watch?
Didn't watch that.
Okay, this is, or like Mr. Rogers. R.I.P. Mr. Rogers. Yeah, like those.
Yeah.
Or Lions.
Yeah, so they're much.
Yeah.
The
like
pace is
the
much
pace is different.
Yes.
They have to keep up. They were going for longer attention spans.
Now that's almost not existent.
Oh.
If you don't have something valuable, like to say in like 5 seconds, people now are just like, all right.
Yeah.
And then the same thing goes for like working. If some people do better with music, and there's some days where I actually do prefer quiet, and then there's some days where I want to listen to my classical hip hop because that's a thing.
Have you listened to Trap Bach? You need to look up. I'm gonna show it to you after this. For everyone listening, Trap Bach vibes.
Okay, but I love instrumental music, so like anything like that. But it goes to every different personality style. So like as a leader too, as a boss, getting to know that person, what they thrive in, and then communicating about it. You know, not just maybe giving them one ultimatum. There should be standards. I believe in standards, but also to be able to audit and take.
But if you want, here's the thing: is if you want a diverse workforce, you have to realize diversity isn't just like what color people are.
Right. It goes deeper.
It goes deeper. Farther. My new favorite phrase. This is I've been using this a lot the last 2 weeks. The breadth and depth of it is bigger than that. Breadth and depth.
I like that. Breadth and
breadth and depth. Right?
It's bigger.
Or like they don't have the breadth and depth to be able to do that job.
Like that.
Right? Like so they don't have enough skill or they don't have enough knowledge. I know.
I like it.
I did not come up with it. I don't know where I learned it. But it just came back from the archives of my brain. Now I'm using it.
Yeah. I like it when it pops up every now and then. But yeah.
When I feel really smart, I'll be like, damn, I do know things sometimes.
You do.
I know. I just remind myself every now and then. I go,
great.
This is great. But okay, so everyone's listened. Everyone has like gotten to know you a little bit. Got some ideas if you're an employer, I hope. And you could take these, implement them in your business, please, for the love of God. And you're not going to come ask me why nobody wants to work for you. If you haven't watched this yet. Actually, the next time somebody asks me, I can't hire anybody. I'm going to send them this.
One thing, too, I should say, is that get connected to the opportunities that are there to get young professionals, to bring them into your organization. There's so many, especially even just with Ford Janesville, Craftsman and Character, the JVA. There's a new program,
Black Hawk Tech.
Black Hair. Yes, exactly. Like all of these opportunities are here. So that's why a lot of positions or a lot of jobs now have positions that are specifically for the community outreach, because that's part of it, is like making
connecting all those dots.
Yes, exactly. And the more people that we have that in each organization, the more our community. We are like a neuron pathway, and we're all stronger.
Click that. A neuron pathway.
Yes,
there we go.
Yes.
I do like that. We're all a neuron pathway.
Yeah, because I think about the way it lights up when it's activated.
Right, and it goes to each node.
Yes, to each one, and then it's dancing together. They're talking to each other.
And there's synergy.
With like this.
That's really where the word synergy came from, by the way.
Yes.
We like to say that a lot in business now, but that's
it's very, very spiritual. Yeah, that would be my thought too. Is just as employers, like where are you falling short of? And if you don't know that, bring someone in. Like there's so many opinions out there. Yes. And there's some people that will give you your straight opinion.
And I will tell you, employees probably won't give you their straight opinion.
It depends.
If you're lucky to have some outspoken employees, but like if you're noticing a pattern of maybe lack of growth or lack of involvement, or just you're feeling a lack of culture, the chances that your employees are actually going to tell you the truth are very slim. Because there's a chink in the chain. And so the safety of being able to be honest and actually have that conversation like, hey, I want to be this in 5 years isn't there. There's no safety there to do that. And so you might need a secondary person to come in looking in.
Yeah, good point.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then that would be another call to action for an employer.
Mhm.
It's how can I foster the environment to be that way so that people can bring that up? But that also makes
Mhm.
make sure you can
It's-
handle that.
It's an ego hit sometimes.
Yeah,
you go,
yeah,
yeah, that is true.
And it doesn't mean they're always like
There's always
what
not
they see
always net
outside
negative,
looking in.
but yeah,
Yes.
but like the thing is there's always room for improvement across the board.
Yeah, absolutely. Lifelong learner mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And there's not a whole lot of ego when it comes to hiring and managing, unfortunately. Okay, no, there is a lot of ego usually, but like if you're a good employer or a good manager, there's not a lot of ego because you want to see, I don't care if you do well, like I want to see you do well after you leave me, which sounds crazy, but I want to make it so that you can advocate for yourself and your next employer can't believe they ever like function without you. Because let's be clear here, people are going to find another job.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to stay with you forever.
Right.
You can love them, you can want them. I mean, like Joy, who edits this podcast, has been with me for 7 years.
Wow.
But I also know that like in that 7 years, she's gone part-time and like done other things, and then she's come back. But you know, like you also have to realize like you want to see people grow past what you can offer them, because that means that your business got as much as they can out of that person's brain.
Yeah.
And you grew strong together. So if your employee doesn't have that mentality and you're a young professional, I need you to keep looking. Not like quit and, put yourself in detriment, but like keep looking.
Yeah.
For that
Right,
employer
yeah.
that's going to give you.
But working is always the move. Always be working.
Yeah.
Always be moving.
ABW, always be working.
Hey.
Yeah, because it's really hard to dig yourself out of a hole.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I love that phrase, by the way, because if you actually think about it, you're like, I'm in the hole, digging myself out of it.
I picture
Basically,
myself spider monkey climbing.
Yeah, that's climbing out of a hole.
Yeah, but not digging.
Digging yourself out of a hole.
You're going down.
You're just going down. Okay, so everyone listening, how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, yes. I'm on LinkedIn. Add me on LinkedIn.
Yep.
Add Jocelyn on LinkedIn.
If you're already connected with me on LinkedIn, she will be a second.
Yes. So Cheyenne Spade on LinkedIn and my email. I'm always open to connecting with people. I love getting coffee and hearing different stories. One of my passions is helping the youth. So seeing them thrive and develop the skills that they need to understand themselves, be self-aware, goal planning, all sorts of things like that. So hence the mentoring. So yeah, I love meeting people. Reach out to me, thecheyennespade@gmail.com, and add me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's another episode of the Business Readiness Program's Masterclass. Contact Cheyenne if you want to ever get coffee with her. And if you have any questions or for some reason can't get in contact with her, email me and I will.
Thank you, Jocelyn and BRP, for all the amazing thing that you guys are doing.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.
This is fun. My legs are hot.
I know, right?